Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The City of Greensboro is embarking on an exciting partnership with Cone Health. The hospital is dedicating $5 million towards the construction of the Windsor-Chavis-Noco Community Complex. The 65,000 square foot facility will provide residents a place to learn and recreate together, improving daily living through health wellness, offering access to social services, promoting lifelong learning, and encouraging social interaction. Interim City Manager Chris Wilson said this collaboration is an example of the benefits to public-private partnerships. The concept represents a new approach to public service delivery that recognizes the need to be in community and easily accessible. Cone Health and the City of Greensboro are dedicated to ensuring this transformational project will create opportunities for health and wellness equity through a variety of services and educational program opportunities. Dr. Mary Jo Cagle, CEO of Cone Health, said combined with our recently announced investments in health equity, this partnership will create new opportunities for improved health outcomes for the residents of East Greensboro. The Windsor-Chavis-Noco Community Complex truly is a one-of-a-kind multifunctional space. The vision is to improve how to meet the needs of the entire Greensboro community in a way that has never been done by providing a centralized community hub. For more information about the project, visit the city's website. The Office of Community Safety invites the community to get to know the members of the Greensboro Criminal Justice Advisory Commission, or GCJAC for short. Make plans to attend a meet and greet from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturday, August 10th at LeBauer Park. Members will explain the Commission's purpose and role in community safety while discussing the policies that affect the public's interaction with law enforcement. After the meet and greet, visitors can stick around for a free City Sunsets concert in Center City Park featuring food vendors and live entertainment. Comprised of 9 council-appointed residents, GCJAC's mission is to provide impartial oversight of Greensboro Police Department conduct, practices, and policies in an effort to enhance accountability, inform the public, increase transparency, and create sustainable partnerships throughout the community. Commission meetings are held at 6:30 p.m. on the third Thursday of each month. This is open to the public. For more information about GCJAC, visit the city's website. The city is moving forward with offering its first medical respite center to support veterans and homeless individuals. Greensboro's Servant Center has acquired the Holden Heights building located at 1915 Boulevard Street. The 4-story, 37,000 square foot facility will significantly expand the Servant Center's mission of empowering veterans and individuals experiencing homelessness. Executive Director Shanna Reese says with Holden Heights, we are prepared to elevate our efforts and further our commitment to provide critical resources to these vulnerable populations in our community. The Medical Respite Center will feature 22 dedicated beds in 11 rooms for respite care recovery from illness or injury. Additionally, there will be 21 single occupancy rooms dedicated to veterans who are transitioning out of homelessness. The program aims to address the gap in local health and social services. Cynthia Blue, Assistant Director of Housing and Neighborhood Development, says the acquisition of Holden Heights reaffirms Greensboro's dedication to delivering innovative solutions that prioritize compassion and dignity as we tackle these challenges head-on. City funds to purchase Holden Heights totals $1.5 million, plus $450,000 in city-enabled American Rescue Plan funds and another $1.5 million in federal community development block grants. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
For most people, occasional lapses in memory are a normal part of the aging process, but sometimes not. As we get older, there are some normal memory errors that we make that are age-related. For example, misplacing your keys, having trouble finding a word while you're talking, even forgetting an appointment. That's not cause for concern. What I see is that when people make these errors much more frequently and they begin to disrupt their lifestyle, then we start to worry that there may be a dementia coming. A lot of people ask me, how can I maintain the memory I have or the thinking skills I have? Sometimes when we forget, it's not that we're forgetting information, but we're not actually absorbing it. So if you're having visual problems or hearing problems, or you've been diagnosed with those and you're supposed to wear glasses or hearing aids, please do wear those and get those kinds of things checked out. Secondly, sleep. Sleep is very, very important for memory. And we find that people who have inadequate sleep or disorders of sleep will have problems with staying alert and also problems with memory during the daytime. Drinking too much alcohol, use of drugs, and smoking. I would recommend stopping smoking because when you're smoking, you're actually taking oxygen out of the brain, and it can actually worsen your health in other ways. Stay intellectually engaged. Doing crossword puzzles or word searches, that's fine, but what research shows us is that when you're doing those activities and it's a social context where you're doing it with other people, it can be much, much more effective to keep you mentally sharp. So, get involved in book clubs, go to dance classes, things like that can be very helpful. Another important thing is exercise, and people don't always realize that exercise is important to brain health. 30 minutes a day, if you can, of aerobic activity can be very, very effective in promoting the health of your brain because you're pumping blood through your brain. Managing stress and depression, that's an important one. I think that a lot of folks who are having memory problems, what we find out is that they're having very stressful lifestyles or they're actually depressed. Many of my patients ask me what they can do in terms of aids to use to improve their memory. First, you can definitely write things down. That's probably the easiest thing to do, either in a cell phone or on a pad of paper. Using a calendar that's in a central location in your home to kind of mark down appointments and important information can be very helpful. Asking people to repeat what they say to you back, even if you think you've heard it, and then rehearsing what you hear back in your own mind can be very helpful in strengthening the memory trace that you get. Another memory aid would be using alarms. So if you have to do something at a certain time to program your watch or your cell phone to give you an alarm to remind you to do something. If you worry that you're having memory problems or you're worried about a loved one having memory problems, I think the first thing to do is consult with your personal care physician. There are many medical conditions that could cause memory loss. Medical conditions such as thyroid disease, vitamin deficiencies. There can even be side effects of medications that can cause memory loss, so you want your physician to be able to review those with you and make sure that that's going fine. Thanks for joining me. I hope this information has been helpful. For more information about memory and wellness, please visit conehealth.com/wellness. I'm Dr. Michael Zelson.
The city makes good on its commitment to offering more affordable housing in Greensboro. And get ready to put on your favorite pair of walking shoes for the annual Unity Walk-In Festival. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. A public-private partnership between developers and the city of Greensboro culminated in the grand opening of a new 84-unit apartment home community. The Lofts at Elmsley Crossing on Callumdale Road offers low and moderate income families affordable 1-, 2-, and 3-bedroom garden-style apartments. 5% of the apartments are fully handicapped accessible, and another 5% are designed for mobility impairments. This $19 million project aligns with the goals outlined in the Housing GSO 10-year master plan. A series of funding allocations made this possible, including $2.5 million of City of Greensboro home funds, $3.4 million in loans from the Housing Finance Agency, as well as another $3.5 million in conventional financing through Merchants Capital. Merchants Capital is also responsible for more than $9 million in equity in the purchase of housing tax credits and the construction loan for the development. The Lofts at Elmsley Crossing is a partnership between Trinity Housing Development, Central Developers, and Halkin Companies. For the second year in a row, the city is offering a program to support low-income homeowners in the Gate City. If your 2023 home property tax bill was higher than your 2021 tax bill, you may qualify to receive a check for the difference. Information about the program was inserted in last month's property tax notice directed to those living within Greensboro city limits. There's an online application available in Arabic, Spanish, Khmer, and other languages. The application deadline is on Wednesday, October 31st. Prior to getting started, review the eligibility requirements on the webpage. Please note applicants must not receive tax assistance from Guilford County's program. When you access the online system, follow the prompts to create an account. A list of required documents and directions for submitting a hard copy can also be found on the website. For more information, call the Housing and Neighborhood Development Department at 336-373-2275. You will be prompted to leave a voice message. The 7th Annual Unity Walk and Festival is returning to LeBauer Park on August 24th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is a celebration of unity and diversity in downtown Greensboro. Organized by Greensboro's immigrant and refugee support agencies, Unity Walk is a testament to our local commitment to inclusion and support for all. Also in LeBauer Park is Noches Latinas. This is a part of the First Friday series from 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m., which wraps up in November. Join Maria Gonzalez and Casa Azul of Greensboro in Market Square. This is a vibrant celebration of Latin culture through dance. Friendly guest instructors will guide you through the basics of salsa, merengue, bachata, and other popular Latin dances. Noches Latinas is designed to make you feel welcome and comfortable on the dance floor. This is a space to connect with others who love Latin culture, celebrate its heritage, and showcase the vibrant contributions of Latinos in Greensboro. Coming up after the break, we'll talk to the woman at the helm of the city's Human Rights Department so that we can celebrate the adoption of the 19th Amendment while enjoying food and fellowship. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The 1920s is a pivotal time in history for American women, as this marks the year when the 19th Amendment was adopted to the U.S. Constitution. Joining me now to explain how the city commemorates this milestone achievement is Dr. Love Jones. She is the director of Greensboro's Human Rights Department. Hello, Love. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Carla, for having me.
Absolutely. Good to have you. So tell us about the history of the Women's Equality Day Breakfast, and when will the event take place this year?
The Women's Equality Day Breakfast is a long-standing tradition, not only with the Commission on the Status of Women, but also the Human Rights Department. It's an opportunity for the community to hear and celebrate the contributions of women in our city, as well as look at some of the barriers that are still faced and how to arrive at solutions to eradicate those barriers. The breakfast is August 24th. At 9 a.m. and tickets are available online on our website. And for us, it really is an opportunity, again, to celebrate and to raise awareness.
Fantastic. Well, that gives people still time, and we'll talk about tickets and how they can get involved a little bit later. But for your work and the perspective of the Human Rights Department, how do you advocate on behalf of the needs and the rights of women on a daily basis?
So naturally, we support the Commission on the Status of Women among for other boards and commissions. And so there lies a concentrated effort at looking at the various scope of needs of women in Greensboro. But we also do work with fair housing, where very often we look at discrimination in the acquisition of housing for women, whether that's looking, unfortunately, at quid pro quo cases or familial status cases for people with children, most consistently women, though of course we know there are single fathers among us for sure. But then we also do work connected to justice served populations, and there are some uniquenesses that go along with women navigating not only reentry but record expungement, access to housing, voting, education, all of the things that we need to thrive in this community. But then we also take the opportunity to look a little bit closer at the needs of immigrant populations as it intersects with the identity of women in our city. Specifically, in the last year or so, maybe 2 years, we've had a thriving women's only swim to support some women in different religious communities whose faith requires a more modest attire for swim, things like that. Looking at the acquisition of jobs for women who are new arrivals. So we have a lot of intersections with the needs of women across our entire department.
Fantastic, and it's really welcoming, and it kind of speaks to Greensboro being a welcoming city with all that you just listed. So with that, tell us about the Commission on the Status of Women. You mentioned that being among the boards and commissions that you work with, and how can the community support that group and be engaged?
Well, the commission is actually in its 51st year of existence.
Wow.
It's one of the longest standing commissions or boards with the city of Greensboro. And they have always had a focus in several areas related to the needs of women, and that's important for community members who are interested to understand. That ranges from the acquisition of employment and or entrepreneurship, all the way to leadership, and then looking more closely at women in violence. There's a plethora of topics covered for the Commission on the Status of Women, and it's important to note that the way to really gain an understanding of the work is to attend some of the meetings that are listed in 2 places actually, on our city's website, but most specifically our website has the schedule for the different meetings that take place each month, as well as the events that are sponsored. So that's your way to get your first on the ground exposure to the work of the Commission on the Status of Women. But then also our commission's administrator, Liz Lennon, is always available for people to have one-on-one conversations about how their gifts and talents might be best correlated with the work of the commission. Then, if you're interested upon being exposed to the events, maybe having a conversation with Liz, you also want to reach out to your city council person and let them know that you're interested in serving in that way. Specifically, the liaison for the Commission on the Status of Women is Councilwoman Mary Kay Abuzawader. Okay. Then, if you find that this work really is for you, you want to put your name in the database through the city's website, where you can submit your name, submit your contact information, the area of focus that you're interested in, and from that database is where those interested in serving can actually be pulled from by the city council and appointed.
Okay, well, lots of avenues by which we can get folks to be engaged, and we love that. And I'm sure folks want to know how they can get tickets for the Women's Equality Day breakfast, which would be the first maybe opportunity for folks to get connected with what you do.
Absolutely. Well, when you go to our city's website, which is of course greensboro-nc.gov/departments/human rights, then you can click on the Commission on the Status of Women link that falls in the drop-down menu under Boards and Commissions, and it takes you directly to the link for the Women's Equality Day breakfast, where you can actually purchase tickets online.
Okay, and you always have a speaker. Did you want to lift that up?
Absolutely. This year we have Gail Rose, and I'm really excited about having her featured because she does work right here in Greensboro. And it's always nice when you have people who are doing the work in the landscape that is Greensboro, right? So she is the developer and operator of the Mobile Crisis Unit through UNC Greensboro. And so one of the things that she'll be talking about is the evolution of her work into looking closely at mental health and the emergency needs associated with mental health, and what it's like to lead from the lens as a woman serving in this capacity, and how that influences the way in which she does her work.
Absolutely timely and very much needed. These discussions about mental health are never a shortage, and we want folks to be able to connect and support her efforts as well. Well, thank you, Love, for hosting the breakfast each year and creating that place where women can gather and reflect. Do come back and let us know about some of your other events.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That segment is coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. These City Council meetings take place in the Katie Dorsett Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Improvements will be made to the Townsend water treatment plant thanks to City Council approving a $7 million contract with Harper General Contractors and a $1 million contract with Hazen and Sawyer. Additionally, Phase 2 of the North Buffalo Outfall Sewer improvements will be handled by the Yates Construction Company, possible by an $11 million contract approved by the City Council. In other city news, the council voted in favor of a memorandum of understanding in support of evaluating whether to add the city of Asheboro to the Piedmont Triad Water Authority, a regional system serving Greensboro and 5 other municipalities. The city and its partners are considering expanding operations to include wastewater treatment, and Asheboro is seeking to join this effort. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here are some special events happening this week on the town. The 85th edition of the Wyndham Championship, North Carolina's oldest pro golf event, runs from August 8th through the 11th at the Sedgefield Country Club. See some of the world's top men's golfers in the PGA Tour's final regular season tournament. For tickets, schedules, and more information, visit wyndhamchampionship.com. The Carolina Theater hosts the Best of the 48-Hour Film Project, August 9th. Local filmmakers created short films in just 48 hours. Audiences voted for their favorites, and judges reviewed and designated awards. After screening the winning films, there's a program to reveal which ones advance to Filmapalooza to compete for the 48-Hour Film of the Year award. For tickets and more information, visit carolinatheater.com. Elton John fans won't want to miss The Rocket Man Show, August 9th at the Tanger Center in downtown Greensboro. Scotsman Russ Anderson pilots a night of John's greatest hits, featuring gorgeous costumes and fierce piano playing. Get your tickets at the Tanger Center box office or online at tangercenter.com. August 10th is Back to School Day at the Guilford Courthouse National Military Park. Join the National Park Service and Guilford Battleground Company for hands-on children's activities at the Green Monument Lawn and interactive performances with the Carolina Colonial Dancers. Learn more about this free event online at nps.gov. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents, and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Community Relations Office invites the public to read its first impact report, which is available online. The 2023-2024 Annual Impact Report provides an overview of how community relations works with Greensboro residents. The staff navigates challenging situations, resolves conflicts, and creates long-term positive relationships. The report also showcases data and articles about special programs supported by the Community Relations Office and lists the top 5 concerns shared by residents. Coming up after the break is our Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the Parks and Recreation Department. Registration for the city's after-school program is open to children ages 5 to 12. Activities are available at multiple locations throughout the city. Registration is $30 per child for each week. Regular program hours, which are from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, may be expanded on teacher workdays, early release days, and some school holidays. Contact the Guilford County Schools Transportation Department to confirm if your child's school bus drops off at your preferred recreation center. Parents can register online by visiting the city's website. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM, 100.7 FM, and 90.5 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO, plus GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.